99% of the content is still written for humans. But right now, the attention comes from LLMs, and everybody's obsessed about how to make your brand show up on Chat GPT and Claude and others. But soon, the decision maker is going to be agents. And we see that in Web3 up to a certain extent. Most of my background is in SEO. So for me, Google and search engines are really important. And that's where people still go when they want to find a product or service. Now, LLMs are doing discovery, not just summarization. And they are shaping purchase decision. Actually, a colleague, Kevin Indig, made a research not long ago, and he found out that LLM traffic has longer session times, better engagement, and strong purchase intent. And this is why brands that used to serve informational content like G2, HubSpot, Stack Overflow are losing their traffic massively against AI. ChatGPT doesn't just browse page, it also reads PDF, parses Markdown. The important thing is that we need to give the data in the preferred format for LLMs, right? Now, if we tell ChatGPT, find me your product or service, will it mention you? And here I have the prompt if you want to take a look. When you think of an industry or category, which companies or brands come to mind? And you can say, I don't know, Bitcoin loans or crypto podcast. Actually, my client, Espacio Crypto, has started showing up on Perplexity for best crypto podcast in Spanish, which is a huge win. Now, it's very likely that you don't show up, and the most Web3 brands don't show up. Now, let's think of this. Where do you think that the LLM's answers come from? Mostly they come from search engines. So if you haven't done any SEO work, you're not going to show up, right? Now, first of all, Web3 marketing only cares about Twitter. Great, cool, do that. Only care about Twitter. Let's see what happens when agents replace every buyer of any product or services. You're not going to show up. If you're not showing up on LLMs right now, you're not going to show up on agents unless the agent is connected to an API or a knowledge base. Some Web3 founders talks about the post web all the time. If there is not HTML, there will be no post web, because the only thing that LLMs can read at the moment is basic HTML. Is what Google did 10 years ago. That's the only thing they can do. So JavaScript is not read. And most of the Web3 projects that we see are built on React. And you can actually make React render HTML, but nobody does it. If you ask Lovable AI or any of the low-code AIs to do this, they can. It's not by default, but they can. Say, I need my content to be searchable for search engines, and it will do it for you. So if your website is not on HTML, LLMs will not discover you, and agents will not discover you. Also, one page is not enough. We have built 120 pages for my client Bando, not because we love extra work, because there is a logic to it. Now, LLMs are assisting everyone. Very soon, AI agents will assist everyone, and you have to be ready. Now, besides that, I think that there are companies like Stripe that are doing really good work, turning their websites into LLM-friendly interfaces. For example, API overviews. And this is important because I have gone into a lot of API documentation sections in Web3, and they're scary. So if we could have a chatbot or something that replies to you and tells you how to build things or how to shift things or how to wrap Bitcoin so you can do something with it, it would be very much appreciated for your users. Yeah. Because better than finding the answer is that you tell me exactly what to do or that you do it for me. So this is what Stripe is doing. Now you can copy this page for LLMs, you can view this as Markdown, or you can just open in ChatGPT so that you can ask questions about this page. So if you haven't built a custom GPT or any chatbot that talks about your product on your website, I think now it's the time. Again, if your agent is not connected to an API or knowledge base, where do you think it will go to fetch the answers from? Google. So if you're not showing up on Google, you don't exist. I have a whole training on SEO for Web3. This is the only way you're going to show up. You need to do SEO. And you're going to show up for agents and LLMs. And I have 3 webinars that explain to you everything. I think that SEO is more important than ever. Watch these 3 trainings and you are going to be way better positioned for what is coming. Your brand is fire and SEO is gasoline.